Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Today we're going to, well, with you, I did not started the English IT because we did not have classes. Oh, wait, we did have classes Friday, but what happened? The thing is that by this Monday, we completed workbook section. Yes, we did not start the English ID. But the class is already uploaded in YouTube, so you can check the first class of lesson number 1 of unit number 10 in your English ID. Today we're gonna work on lesson number 2. It's about things that makes you really mad. Just give me 1 second. It's page 106 in your books, page 106. Let me look for it. Here. (106). Do you have any pet peeves? That is the question for the lesson. Do you know what pet peeves are? Do you have any idea what they are? If you don't know, the definition of the word or the expression pet peeve is here. And I'm gonna ask Molina. Carlos Molina, are you there? Hello, Carlos. Can you please read the definition of pet peeve?
Yeah, my screen is stopped.
Yeah, and your book?
See that.
Okay. It's page 106.
Yeah, now I see.
Okay.
I see a part. Of the something that annoys you very much or makes you extremely angry. Then I don't. Now yes. One of my pet peeves is people chewing gum with their mouths open.
Okay, thank you. So you see, pet peeve is something, is a situation, or sometimes a person that makes you really mad, that gets you in your boiling point. So it really makes you feel mad at this. One example here is people chewing gum with their mouths open. Well, this is one example. In my case, I have a couple of pet peeves. One of them I might say is that when you're driving a car and there's motorcycles that overtake you from the right side of your car, you're not supposed to overtake by the right side because that is illegal. And I really hate when motorcycle riders do that. Another thing that I consider is a pet peeve is when people speak too loud in public. So we don't really want to listen to your conversations. We don't really care about what you're saying, but people like to yell. I mean, they speak very loud in public, and that is really annoying for me. Now, let me see your pet peeves. Korea's guerra. Are you there, Levi? Don't hide. I know you're there. Levi. Mateo Serrano. Emilio. 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 Ah, Levi is there. Okay, Levi, tell me, what is your pet peeve? Something that gets you really angry. So you can write it in the chat. While Levi is typing the answer, Mónica Caseros. Is Mónica here? Okay, think. And also my teammates. In where? In soccer or in the activities in the school? In a game. And you, Monica? Your pet peeves. And Roberto as well. Do you have any pet peeves? And what are those?
In my personal case, I think that when the neighborhoods make a lot of noise with the music.
That is really annoying. You're trying to concentrate. Well, maybe you're not trying to concentrate, but you're doing something. You are on your business and you heard some loud music coming from the house next door. That sucks. Especially when they listen to reggaeton. Right? And have you noticed that people who plays music very loud, they usually play reggaeton music? That doesn't mean anything to you. For me, it's the lack of culture these people have. Only uncultured people listen to reggaeton music. That's what I think, and I'm so sure about that. So let me see. Monica says that when someone makes fun of you. Also, Carmencita says when people chew so loud. Yeah, that is disgusting. Gabriel, what is something that really makes you mad? Your pet peeve. Gabriel Antonio. And also Rodrigo Ernesto. You can type your answers in the chat box. Your pet peeves, Rodrigo and Gabriel. There's a video that I want to share with you. Maybe when I look at it, you respond the questions. The video is about a top 10 of people's pet peeves. And you will find yourself in the video. No, don't get me wrong. It's not that you do those things, that you hate people like the one that we're gonna watch in this clip. It's a top 10 in Mojo. Mojo.com. Is this one here.
Wow, that drives us nuts.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Guys!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 pet peeves.
Don't butt! Who do you think you're fooling? I just saw you.
For this list, we're counting down those things that happen in everyday life that, though relatively minor, bother people more than they should.
He's talking about please and thank you. They're called the magic words.
Number 10, people who don't use turn signals.
I hate that. What? This guy changing lanes without signaling.
In modern society, all but a few of us spend a significant amount of time behind the wheel of a car, surrounded by other people in their cars. The only thing that keeps us all safe are the agreed-upon rules we all abide by.
When did using a turn signal become optional in this country?
But sometimes, it feels like you are the only person on the road who knows what you're doing, doesn't it? When someone in front of you engages his brakes and begins to turn without using his signals, it's truly infuriating. Also infuriating, people who choose to flip on the signal mid-turn. What's the point?
You, sir, are not only a bad driver, you're a bad person. How bad? Everyone around you hates you.
Number 9, people who don't say please or thank you.
So please and thank you, they're the magic words.
Many people would agree that basic manners have eroded over the years, much to the chagrin of many of us.
The words you're looking for are thank and you. Put them together, they make a nice sound.
It seems reasonable that when someone asks something of you, that they should say please. And if you do aid them, they could at least acknowledge your effort with a thank you.
You might at least say thank you.
For what purpose, Mr. Scott? What is it in you humans that requires an over...
So when someone can't be bothered to even open their mouth in appreciation of their fellow man, it makes perfect sense that it would arouse the anger of the spurned party, right?
It's your job. I give you money, you give me ideas.
And you never say thank you.
That's what the money is for.
Number 8, people who cut in line.
Is everyone in this line an asshole?
Excuse me?
Is everyone you just cut in front of an asshole?
No.
So it's just you then?
As children in school, we are routinely forced to stand in an orderly line. And oftentimes, if we don't respect the integrity of the line or try to cut in front of others, we will quickly face repercussions.
We're all getting hot dogs. Well, you think there's 2 lines and we're all in this line? You're the only genius that got in the other line? Believe this guy?
As we get older, there's no one around to enforce the rules, and some people take advantage of that.
Hey, there is a line.
Wait your turn, Ace.
Hey, at ease, little soldier. It's all the same.
Whether they think everyone else in the line is a chump, or whether they think their time is more valuable than everyone else's, when someone joins the line midstream and makes your wait that much longer, it's completely aggravating.
Hey. Hey, excuse me. Hey, hey. No butts.
What difference does it make to you?
No butting in line.
It's,
You should go to the back of the line now.
Hey, give me that. Need it too. Yeah.
Number 7, people who kick or knock the back of your seat.
Hey, come here. If you don't stop screwing around back there, this is what I'm gonna do with you.
Whether in an airplane or a movie theater, when you're trying to relax and enjoy your surroundings and the person behind you kicks the back of your seat, it completely disrupts your experience.
That guy wants you to stop kicking his seat.
The first few times it happens, you can try to chalk it up to people who use or correct poor grammar. It's hard to decide which is worse. People who speak or write so poorly they're difficult to understand, or people who jump at the opportunity to correct them. We're not gonna choose.
I don't care if Richard Feynman was a purple leprechaun who lived in my butt.
Kenny meant if he were a purple leprechaun. Kenny forgot to use the subjunctive.
If you're trying to make a point and you don't understand the nuances between the various spellings of the word there, for instance, there, T-H-E-R-E, is a good chance those of us who do get it are cringing.
In memory of the first Planet Express ship and its crew.
Hang on. It shouldn't have an apostrophe. This means, and it is crew. What the hell's wrong with you?
On the other hand, if you respond to a grammatically challenged statement just to explain why it's wrong, we all understand you just want everyone to know how much better than them you are.
We have unfinished business, INE.
He and me.
Don't you talk to me about grammar.
We all understand you just want everyone to know how much better than them you are. And yes, we realize the irony of us pointing out poor grammar and how annoying it is when people point out poor grammar.
Is it because he's always correcting people's grammar? Whom. Sometimes it's who.
Yeah, sometimes it's...
I don't know what we're yelling about!
Number 5, people who speak really loudly in public.
Loud noises!
The group of people who feel the need to engage in conversations or phone calls in public so loudly that the rest of us have no chance to ignore them are absolutely vexing.
It's true, you're too loud in here. It's disturbing.
Yeah, I'm getting yelled at.
The rest of us do not care about what you and your friend are up to or what you have to say to each other. Seemingly unaware that there are other people in this world, these folks will never realize how much they annoy everyone around them.
Your voice.
My voice?
You're shouting.
How dare you! I have a voice-related medical condition.
The worst offenders of all might just be Bluetooth users, cause you can't even see the phone.
Excuse me? Who are you talking to?
Talking to myself.
Well, you're doing it really loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're kind of talking loud yourself.
To a person.
What's the difference?
I'm actually conversing with another human being. Very
really?
different than just
To the outside observer, it's the same level of annoyance.
Number 4, people who clip their nails in public.
I'm a mental case? Yes, you're the one that's clipping your nails in the subway.
This one is almost inexplicable. There are some things you're supposed to do in the privacy of your own home. Clipping your nails is one of those things. At least, that's how the civilized among us see it. In fact, most of us save this for the bathroom only, as we recognize that no one wants to see that. Or even worse, no one wants to be caught in the crossfire of someone else's stray clippings. So when somebody decides to use a public space to complete this private task, or even to bite their nails, it rightfully bothers everyone else around them.
So there we go. Nails are ready for guitar playing, and when I vacuum this later in the week, it'll all clean up just fine. How you cut your nails without gravity.
Number 3, people who talk or ask questions at the movies.
Hey, can you guys maybe be quiet?
Well, why don't you switch seats with us? If it's bothering you so much, just switch seats. You know what I mean? No, let's just switch seats.
Sometimes movies are hard to understand. We get it. In those cases, you may feel compelled to interrupt someone around you in the theater so they'll explain it to you. Don't. Those around you may not be as confused as you and probably don't want to hear your questions even if they're not.
For all y'all talkers up in here, it's time to keep it down right now. Shh.
Even worse is if you're just bored or indifferent to the film in front of you and just can't help but comment or yak on your cell phone.
Why is this movie called The Hours when it feels so much longer?
They should call this thing The Weeks.
If that's your deal, we have one request. Just leave. We came here to listen to the movie, not you.
I mean, has this dude even heard of mise en scène? Put some information up in the frame, bitch!
Oh, I get it, yeah. I'ma overexpose the film. Getting a ethereal look. Man, this.
Can we just go?
Number 2, people who walk slowly.
Better hurry up, Mr. Tucker.
I'm coming.
When you find yourself stuck behind a slow walker who's impeding your path and is completely ambivalent to it, you may want to snap. For some reason, this seems to consistently happen every time you enter a Walmart. If you lack the ability to speed up for any number of reasons, then fine. But if you're indifferent to those behind you, it just pisses us off. While we're at it, people who stop suddenly while walking, or groups of people who are walking in a horizontal line and don't move when there's someone coming are just as bad.
Will somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way?
Before we annoy you with our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Now, if MA equals MG, what does that imply?
I don't know.
But how can you not know? I just told you. Have you suffered a recent blow to the head?
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that it's 8:25?
Precisely.
Damn.
I'm late for school.
Number 1. People who chew loudly or eat with their mouths open. There's nothing more annoying than when you're trying to enjoy a meal and you can hear or see every bite someone else is taking. Whereas many of the pet peeves on this list are based on your reaction to someone else's reasonable actions, this one is more about other people lacking table manners than you being a crazy person.
Damn, little lady. You sure can't put it away.
We will always be disgusted by the sound of someone chewing loudly, be it food or gum.
Spit.
And don't even get us started on how icky it is to see your chewed up food bits in your mouth or on your lips. Gross. Just gross.
I'm dead sexy. Look at my sexy body.
Do you agree with our list?
Oh, yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Hey, stop it!
For more not so annoying top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe.
Okay, I think that you have found many things that really make people really mad here. And the one that people open, well, when they chew their food, they make a lot of noise. That was included, and actually it was number 1 in the list. Okay, so let's continue with this. We have exercise B. B. We have another top 10 here. Last week's top 10 pet peeves. You have to complete the spots or the gaps with the expressions here in A, B, C, D, E, F. And then you have the rules for gerund forms. Remember that we have studied gerund forms before. We use gerunds as a subject, as a subject of the preposition, after certain verbs. So we have to identify those gerunds from here and classify them into the corresponding rule. Which of the gerunds in the top 10 are subject of the sentence? We have the example. Number 1 is the first example. After certain verbs and after prepositions. And then you have to untangle, you have to unscramble this sentence so you can form the rule number 2 for the use of gerunds. Let's listen and complete.
Audio 10.5.
And that does it for us tonight. But before we go, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. Last week's top 10 pet peeves. Yes, we asked and you voted. So here are last week's results. At number 10, with 871 votes, people who suddenly open the door without knocking. Yep, we've all done that before, haven't we? Number 9, people who enjoy eating popcorn at the movie theater. Number 8, with a little over 1,000 votes, people who keep using the word like all the time, like they're 16-year-olds. At number 7, with 1,234 votes, people who don't return phone calls, which, well, I find sort of annoying.
You have 20 new messages.
Number 6, people who honk instead of ringing the bell when they come to pick you up, especially late at night. Hate that, too. Number 5, students who try to please the teacher by asking lots of questions after the lesson is over. I kinda used to be a little like that. Number 4, oh, I hate this one. People who ask, "Can I ask you a question?" before asking. Number 3, with exactly 1,700 votes, people who avoid looking you straight in the eye when you're talking to them. We all know people like that, don't we? The next one kind of surprised me. I didn't expect to see it at the top. At number 2, we have not knowing who a text message came from. Oh, those strange numbers. I hate them. And finally, at the top spot this week, with as many as 1,809 votes, being the first one to arrive at a party, which you know is just so embarrassing, isn't it? You open the door just as...
Audio 10.5.
And that does it for us tonight. But before we go, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. Last week's top 10 pet peeves. Yes, we asked and you voted. So here are last week's results. At number 10, with 871 votes, people who suddenly open the door without knocking. Yep, we've all done that before, haven't we? Number 9, people who enjoy eating popcorn at the movie theater. Number 8, with a little over 1,000 votes, people who keep using the word like all the time, like they're 16-year-olds. At number 7, with 1,234 votes, people who don't return phone calls, which, well, I find sort of annoying.
You have 20 new messages.
Number 6, people who honk instead of ringing the bell when they come to pick you up, especially late at night. Hate that, too. Number 5, students who try to please the teacher by asking lots of questions after the lesson is over. I kinda used to be a little like that. Number 4, oh, I hate this one. People who ask, "Can I ask you a question?" before asking. Number 3, with exactly 1,700 votes, people who avoid looking you straight in the eye when you're talking to them. We all know people like that, don't we? The next one kind of surprised me. I didn't expect to see it at the top. At number 2, we have not knowing who a text message came from. Oh, those strange numbers. I hate them. And finally, at the top spot this week, with as many as 1,809 votes, being the first one to arrive at a party, which you know is just so embarrassing, isn't it? You open the door just as...
Okay, let's verify the answers. So letter D is in pet peeve number 2. Letter A in pet peeve number 4. Letter F in number 5. B in 6. E 9 and 10 is C, or letter C is in top number 10, or in the rank or the position number 10 in the top. Then the gerunds that goes according to the uses. Letter A is number 2, letter B 8, 9, C is 5, 6, 7, and 10. And when you unscramble the rule, it might be read like form the negative by adding not before the gerund. Form the negative by adding not before the gerund. And then there is this one. Brainstorm, more pet peeves. Here, people who, without, after, before. So you might write original, well, not really original, but the ones that you consider that must be added to the top. That things that make really people mad. You can do this in 5 minutes.
friends.
Okay, Mia. Listen, I want to thank you for being so honest. That's the spirit. Jim, would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. It's just that I'm really shy. I can't stand speaking in public, and I don't like to expose myself, and I get a little aggressive in social situations. My girlfriend accuses me of being antisocial. That's why she told me, to come here.
I see. Could you give us an example?
Say it's your birthday. You, invite me over, and you say at 9. I get there, at 9, and there's nobody there. I get, really furious.
Interesting. Thank you, Jim. Okay, next on the list is Vince. Hi. Why don't you tell us what brought you here?
Oh, that's easy. It's people like Jim that brought me here.
Excuse me?
I don't mean to be arrogant, but I'm sick and tired of hearing that kind of English. How old are you? 12?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for upsetting your sensitive ears, Mr. Perfect Grammar.
Hey, that's no reason for getting mad.
Exactly, Julia. Thank you for...
Excuse me, is this the...
Hey, didn't your mother ever teach you any manners?
Julia, gentlemen, please. Remember, you're responsible for controlling your anger, little by little, step by step.
But how can I,
Oh, no, not again. Like.
Gentlemen, listen, there are many ways of doing that. One of them is to accept that each person is different. And it's okay to be different, you know. For example...
Audio 10.6.
The last time we met. So anyway, let's give a warm welcome to someone who's joining our anger management group for the first time. And that's, well, everybody except Julia. Mia, welcome aboard.
Hi.
Mia, why are you here?
My name's Mia, and my friends, they say I'm too impatient, and they're probably right. If I call and leave a message, if I don't hear from them in a couple of hours, I get really mad and yell at them, and a few minutes later, I really want to change because I'm afraid of losing my friends.
Okay, Mia. Listen, I want to thank you for being so honest. That's the spirit. Jim, would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. It's just that I'm really shy. I can't stand speaking in public, and I don't like to expose myself, and I get a little aggressive in social situations. My girlfriend accuses me of being antisocial. That's why she told me, to come here.
I see. Could you give us an example?
Say it's your birthday. You, invite me over, and you say at 9. I get there, at 9, and there's nobody there. I get, really furious.
Interesting. Thank you, Jim. Okay, next on the list is Vince. Hi. Why don't you tell us what brought you here?
Oh, that's easy. It's people like Jim that brought me here.
Excuse me?
I don't mean to be arrogant, but I'm sick and tired of hearing that kind of English. How old are you? 12?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for upsetting your sensitive ears, Mr. Perfect Grammar.
Hey, that's no reason for getting mad.
Exactly, Julia. Thank you for...
Excuse me, is this the...
Hey, didn't your mother ever teach you any manners?
Julia, gentlemen, please. Remember, you're responsible for controlling your anger, little by little, step by step.
But how can I, like...
Oh, no, not again. Like.
Gentlemen, listen, there are many ways of doing that. One of them is to accept that each person is different. And it's okay to be different, you know. For example...
Okay, in letter A, Mia is number 7. Jim, the second speaker, is number 1. Beans, the third speaker, is number 8. And Julia is when people who suddenly open the door without knocking. So that is pet peeve number 10. Then the right answers for exercise B, the words that you are supposed to circle: isn't, agrees, sociable, sarcastically, and slowly. Then the vocabulary part, we have common expressions with for and of. So well, be careful when you pronounce the word of, because it's not off, like you're turning something off. It's of, like here, of. So when you pronounce these two words, it's basically just one sound, like afraid. So the word of goes like together, you know, it's afraid of. So that's why you can see here is pronouncing one sound only. There are two words here, but you link the words in order to pronounce it as one, like afraid of, afraid of, afraid of, no, afraid of. I'm afraid of losing my friends. No, you said, I'm afraid of losing my friends. The same happens here when I want to thank you. People don't say, I want to thank you. They say, I wanna thank you, I wanna thank you, I wanna thank you. Those tips here, when you link two sounds and you pronounce it as only one sound, that helps you to sound more, not really native, but more spontaneous in English. So your pronunciation is much better. And you sound actually like someone whose native language is English, like a native. That helps. Those tips really help. I'm afraid of, want to. And this one here is not for, it's for. I want to thank you for being so honest. Because the for being so honest. This is a like weak pronunciation and stress pronunciation of for being, for being, for being. Then listen and repeat. Well, this is a pronunciation practice. Then in 8, try to complete from 1 to 6. Listen to check the answers. So we're gonna listen those and exercise C. Guess what they're saying? I'm afraid. What is she afraid of? There are many ways to, you should apologize. What for? And then she said, I'm sick and tired of what? So you will complete with the listening. In B and C.
Audio 10.8. 1.
My girlfriend accuses me of being antisocial.
2.
I apologize for upsetting your sensitive ears.
3.
I'm sick and tired of hearing that kind of English.
4.
That's no reason for getting mad.
5.
You're responsible for controlling your anger.
6.
There are many ways of doing that.
Audio 10.8. 1,
My girlfriend accuses me of being antisocial.
2,
I apologize for upsetting your sensitive ears.
3,
I'm sick and tired of hearing that kind of English.
4,
That's no reason for getting mad.
5,
You're responsible for controlling your anger.
6,
There are many ways of doing that.
Audio 10.9. 1,
Chris, is this the report for the end of the year? Is this it? I can't show this to the directors.
Well, sorry, but Sheila didn't give me the figures in time.
Chris, it's no good saying Sheila didn't give you the figures. You know you are responsible for collecting them.
Hang on a minute, Chris. Are you accusing me of not doing my job properly?
Whoa, there's no reason for yelling. Let's sit down and see what we can do.
2,
I cannot believe that you said that to my mother, Jose, my mother.
Well, that hat did make her look like a big orange. You have to admit it.
Jose, stop it. You should apologize for saying that, or we're never going to.
Oh, or what? Or we're never going to get married? I'm sick and tired of hearing that. And, well, it's a bit late now, isn't it?
3,
Oh, but I'm afraid of pressing the wrong button. I mean, what if I lose everything?
Oh, you won't. Look, it's easy. There are 2 ways of saving things. You can press Control and S here. Look. Or you can click this button in the top corner, here. Easy, see? And now, everything is saved.
Oh, you are clever. Now, what happens if I press this button?
Okay, the answers for letter B is number 1, up. Number 2 is for. 3, tied off. 4, reason for. 5, responsible for controlling. 6, ways of doing. And in letter C, the first, you know you are responsible for collecting them. Are you accusing me of not doing my job properly? There's no reason for yelling. You should apologize for saying that. I'm sick and tired of hearing that. I'm afraid of pressing the wrong button. There are many ways of saving things. And the very last exercise. Read Word of English, complete the mind maps with the examples from A to B. Try to remember prepositions in personalized phrases. I'm really good at learning, excuse me for, complaining about. So in 4, try to think of a verb here, an adjective, a noun. Here another adjective, a verb, and a noun. So in the map, you will see the first mind map. Responsible adjective, apologize verb, reason noun. Of mind map, afraid adjective, accuse verb, and ways noun. And in this way, we finish lesson number 2, unit number 10 in your Spotlights on Literature. Have a nice day. See you Monday.
Bye, teacher.